I want to touch on this idea of sharing resources between applications. Oftentimes you want to share things between apps. To do this, you can use something called shared domains, which will allow you to configure things like connectors and endpoints and share them between applications. This enables multiple development teams to work in parallel using the same set of reusable connectors. Defining these connectors as shared resources at the domain level will allow the team to expose multiple resources or services within the domain on the same port. Think of an HTTP listener that listens on a single port and gets used throughout multiple apps. It'll share the connection to persistent storage, ensure consistency between applications upon any changes, as the configuration only lives in one place. Using domains to share resources between apps. Domains are only available on-prem, and they're not something that you can leverage in Cloud Hub workers. The general process is to create a Mule domain project and associate Mule applications with the domain. This will allow you to define a set of resources and potentially libraries required by those resources for the domain to share between the apps. Currently, only the following connectors can be shared: HTTP, HTTPS, WMQ, Database, JMS, VM, JBoss, and the Bitronix transaction managers. Sharing code between applications. If you want to share code between apps, like connector configs, endpoint definitions, flows and subflows, transformers, or dataweave files, you can share code between applications by using Maven and its dependency management mechanism. Maven is something we cover in our advanced class, but for those of you with a little bit more of a Maven background, it is possible to take Mule configurations and package them in jars, which you can then reuse throughout projects. If you've never heard of Maven, you can do a quick Google search. It is essentially a software project management tool that's going to help you control your build lifecycle and manage multiple project dependencies. To learn more about using Maven to share code between applications, again, we talk a lot about Maven and Mule in our Anypoint Platform Development Advanced class. The general process is to create those shared XML configuration files, package them into a jar, use Maven's dependency management system to include them into your application, and import the configuration file for reference. We have a doc page at the bottom here that will give you some more details about how to set up these reusable components.